Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Zwift Racing League, Round 3, Stage 2. We're back in France for a course we've already done during Round 1 of this year's Zwift Racing League. So, not much is going to change other than instead of a team time trial, it's going to be a points race. Let's get into the Recon. Now, I'm going to make this recon short and sweet. A, because we've already been here this season. B, I'm sick. And 3, I've got some personal things going on in my life. And honestly, I can't take all of the time to make funny jokes, or at least half-hearted jokes that I normally make, just for your amusement or annoyance. Now, this route is 24.8 kilometers or 15.4 miles long and is relatively flat, staying at about 136 meters in total over the race. So you know it's going to be a quick and fast race this week. Even though last time we did do a team time trial on this route, it is still going to be about teamwork, and that's going to be able to get as many points as possible through these segments. And there's currently 4. Now we're going to have the balloon sprint segment as our first segment. We're going to have the Aqueduct reverse climb and the pave sprint, and as well as the final Merino reverse sprint. Now all 4 of these segments are going to be included in the fastest through the segment and also first across the line in points. If you don't remember how those points are allocated, here's a quick guide. I definitely believe this race is going to be very fast, quick, and you're gonna have to get those legs into recovery. Don't be distracted by the red and white polka dots, because let me tell you, it's gonna be very quick and fast as well. Basically 4 sprint points. Now my recommendation for bike choice is gonna be the Pinarello Dogma F, the new 2024 version, allocated with those DT Swiss wheels. If you're not riding the discs, you're not doing it right. Now moving on to power-ups, currently it is Monday and I don't have time to wait for WTRL to release the power-ups. So unfortunately I don't have that information with me, but if you do know or I see the power-ups once I've uploaded this, I will have that as the pinned comment down below, or you can always check out Zwifter for the best recons out there. But I do appreciate anyone that does come to mine and watches mine in full. Much appreciated. Along with that, I know a lot of people are not subscribed. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Every little bit helps. But let's get on to the route. Now from the pen, straight out of the gate, we're going to be getting into some rollers, and this is going to be an important, fast-paced time for this race. Now, I do believe that if you aren't going fast enough, you may get dropped at this point. It's going to be hard and heavy, just like the team time trial was. Around 3.5 kilometers into the race, you're finally going to get out of the danger zone. In this part, we're going into longer rollers. Now, the important part about this is to save your legs, save your breath, and get ready for that sprint point. Now, I would be aware of anyone on the front that tries to jump early in these 3 to 4 kilometer point for the first across the line. Those are the big points this season, and after a very heavy and hard start, anyone that has just a little bit more effort maybe could surprise some people and get some big points. So stay aware from that. Now this balloon sprint reverse segment starts at 6.8 kilometers into the race, and it's a very short segment, and definitely you want to keep that speed up going into the end part towards the banner. This is where we're going to be getting our first power up, but also you may want to know, if you're going for points, that it ends up going up a little bit towards the end. Now you might lose some points or places depending on how hard of an effort you're able to continue through the segment. But if you're in the back, just remember, keep the power down and catch up. Everyone that's gone through super fast, needs to recover, and this is your time to push whatever you can to catch that front group. Now from the sprint point, there's nothing really to note on the route. It's mostly flat up until the Aqueduct reverse KOM. And then like I said earlier, this is going to be about a 30-second sprint. And right before it, there is a little bit of a hill. Now try to keep your legs fresh going up this first part that is not part of the KOM climb. Unless this is where you want to make your break for that first across the line. I would assume that this is going to be a big breaking point for a lot of riders. If you want to go for those first across the line points, this is where you want to make your move. But if you're going for those fastest through the segment points, remember, the segment starts just a little bit farther up. The official start point is 10.9 kilometers into the race and will last for about 0.4 of a kilometer. From here, you're gonna wanna rest your legs and your body as quickly as possible because we jump into the next sprint point very shortly. It's actually under 2 kilometers from the Aqueduct KOM. So if you've gone for the Aqueduct KOM, maybe you take a break and don't go for the sprint point and go for the next one. But it starts at 12.8 kilometers into the ride. Now at this point of the race, it's basically just flatlands and going through France. You enjoy the views or not, whatever you want, but stick in that draft, and you shouldn't see too many things happen at this point of the race. Whoever is in the front group is going to be going for that final sprint, and that final sprint is going to be going into a podium finish, most likely for the first across the line. Now the last sprint segment point is going to be right at the end. It's 23.9 kilometers into the race until the last ending point of this race. Now, this is going to be a big sprint segment for a lot of people because A, you're going to be in that front peloton group fighting for a win. You're going to be fighting for first across the line points, and then you're also going to be fighting for those fastest through the segment points, which those are not guaranteed. But if you're in that front group, definitely get some podium bonus points and first across the line points if you're fast enough. It's going to be hectic, it's going to be fast, so be ready for it. And even maybe a breakaway happens right before this. I don't really know where it would be. There's not really any hills or rollers to break away on, but I wouldn't be surprised if there could be one. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for me today. I'm sorry for making this so quick and kind of rushed, and I didn't even put the power up parts in this. I apologize for it, and I promise that the next Recon video will be much better than this when I have a little bit more time and I'm also not sick and I'm also not dealing with some things on the personal side. But thank you all for watching. I hope you guys return next week, and like I said, it's going to be better than ever. Good luck, have fun, and race hard next week. Thanks, guys.